You were talking about basalt a few minutes ago, and um, I know a lot of our students and teachers would really like to try to simulate the Mars regolith. So definitely, it sounds like we would want to have basalt as one of our constituents. What else would we want to add?
Basalt is really pretty much it on Mars. But one of the things to think about is, I don't know if folks have, the students have really looked at all at pictures of Gale Crater that the Curiosity rover has been taking. So while I talk all the time about basalt, which obviously, as we talked about with Hawaii, comes from lava flows, it's produced in volcanoes, that is the dominant rock on Mars. But if you look in Gale Crater, it's what has made us all so excited about Gale Crater is that we're seeing rocks called conglomerates. We're seeing what appear to be mudstones or siltstones. All right, what are those made of? All right, it's still the stuff of basalt, but just like I talked about in Hawaii, those basalts have gotten weathered. That's good because that means there's been a little bit of a chemical alteration, which brings out some of those things like magnesium and iron that plants need. And then that crumbled up basalt or eroded basalt has now been reformed into new rocks, conglomerates, these sedimentary rocks. Basalts are what we call igneous rocks that are produced by melting within the earth. Sedimentary rocks are produced by water erosion flowing and then recompaction, what we call relithification, or
Ooh,
remaking it a rock
re-lithification. I
again.
like that word.
It's a great word. Geologists like really complicated words.
So do biologists.
Yeah, so all these rocks we're seeing in Gale Crater, ultimately they're still made of those things that make up basalt: magnesium, iron, a little bit of magnesium, titanium, molybdenum, hopefully a little bit of nickel. These things that actually plants all need. Those are again called nutrients, but they're also elements that make up rocks and make up basalt. They've just been reformulated, but that's good because if you go out and you think about sticking a trowel in the ground and you pull up a trowel full of soil, it's all mixed together, particle sizes. That makes the soil be a little bit airy and fluffy, and plants like that. They don't tend to
Kind of
like
speaks to your
highly,
point, Trent.
yeah, they don't like highly compacted soil. So again, I think that's going to be the challenge as we go to Mars is, what do we find when we get there? Are we going to find clays? There are clays on Mars, so really compacted fine sediments. Other places, it'll be more like gravelly almost. So what we're going to need to do is get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mix it together, maybe add some stuff. I know with some experiments that have done in the past, they've added coffee grounds. So how do we mix in some other things, like what people like to call amendments, and how do we change the soil to get it to the point where we need it to be?